Hi, good day everyone. I remain Master Lucas, and today we are going to be looking at what we call analytical chemistry. Make sure you check the questions that I display first before you start this class. Make sure you write it down. That is what we want to solve today. Okay, now if you look at that question, you were given the following from the question. You were given the standard which range from standard 1 to standard 4. Okay. Now, because of that standard, so we are going to obtain what we call the slope from that standard. So in order to obtain the slope, are we together there? We are going to use the absorbance and what? And the concentration. Don't forget that the graph is always you plotting what we call the absorbance here against what we call the concentration. Okay, using what we call the Lambert law. Now, from what you have in that place, the standard one that is given from that question, check it very well. The standard one absorbance is given to be, that will be our A1 is given to be 0.124. So our A4, that is the one you are going to use next to it. I've said it before, the S1, standard 1 and standard 4. That is what we are going to use. So our A4 there is given to be, that is 1.160. Again, our concentration 1, if you check it very well from that question, our concentration 1 is given to be 0.00008, and our concentration 2 is given to be what? That is 0.0008 and 0 there. So the next thing is we are going to calculate what we call the slope. In order to calculate the slope in this place, what are we going to use? Take it back to mathematics, where this one is y-axis and this one is x-axis. So our slope is what? That is change in y over change in x. So that's how mathematics explain it. So this time around, our slope will now be what? Since our y is this part here and our x is this part here, then what are we going to do? We are going to use this one in the position. So that will be change in what? In A over change in what? In C, which is equal to what? Our change in A, that will be A4 minus A1 over C4 minus what? C1, which we obtain from our standard. Take note of that. We are using just like the range, taking away the lowest value from the highest value. Now, let's work on what we have in this place. Our A4 is given to be 1.160 minus our A1 is given to be 0.124. So our concentration 4, sorry, this one is concentration 4 based on the standard is given to be 0.000 followed by 80 minus our concentration 1 is given to be 0.0000 and 8. Okay, so if you subtract these values that we have here, if you subtract the value, so what are you going to obtain there? We are going to obtain the upper value to be 1.036. So why the lower value will give you 0.00072. You can check it from your hand as well. Now, at the end of the day, our slope m is equal to, use this one to divide this. What are you going to get? You are going to have 1438.89. That will represent our slope there. Now, it is not over with respect to what you have in this place. So we need to calculate further. So what do we want to calculate next? We are going to use the standard one, equation for the standard one, taking it from the equation of a what? Of a straight line. Remember, you were taught in the school, secondary school back then, that there is what we call the equation of a straight line, which is y equals to what? Mx plus what? Plus c. That is the equation of a straight line. So the same thing will also repeat itself in this place as well. So what are we going to do now? This is what we are going to do there. We are going to make use of the equation of the straight line using the standard one. Take note, the value of the standard one. So what are the value of the standard one? Everything in this place represents the value of the standard one. So we are going to have A1 equals to, so the next thing we are going to have there is what we call the M, which is our slope, just like what we have in this place, followed by what we call the concentration. Then we are going to use B alongside in place of C here. So with respect to what you have here, what is our A1? Our A1 is given to be 0.124 equals to our M, which is what we have calculated in this place, is given to be 1438.89. Then followed by our C. Our C that we have in this place now, this is our C1. Our C1 is 0, that is multiplied by 0.000 0.008. Okay, plus what? Plus B. Now 0.124 equals to, if you multiply all the values that you have in this place, if you multiply all of them together, that will give you 0.11 followed by 51 plus what? Plus B. Okay, so make B subjects. We are going to have B now equals to, that will be 0.124 minus 0.1151. So if you subtract the value, what will be the value for the B there? The value for the B in this place should be 0.00 followed by 88. That should be the value you are going to obtain there, 88. Now we are not done yet. Why? Because if you check the concentration is not known according to the nature of the question. Then what else were you given in this place again? You have calculated for the value of your what? Of your B, and the value of the B that we obtained the other time is that should be 0.0088. That is the value we obtained for it for the other time. Don't forget our midpoint as usual. The value of our midpoint that we have obtained before, that one is given to be, that is 1438 followed by 0.89. So we are going to reuse this one now to calculate for the concentration, okay, which is concentration of the vanadium in the given sample that we have there. So with respect to that, this is what we are going to do. Absorbance now equals to the M, then followed by C plus what? Plus B. So absorbance given in that place, the one related to the vanadium, is given to be 0.56 equals to, now the midpoint is given to be 14 followed by 38.89 plus the concentration is what we are looking for. So we don't know the concentration, that will be times C, okay, followed by plus the value of the B. We have calculated that one before, that is 0.0088. So what are we going to do in this place? Now this is the next thing. 0.56 equals to, multiply this one, 1438.89 C plus 0.0088. So what will be the next thing? You collect the like times. You are going to have 0.56 minus 0.0088 equals to 1438.89 C. Okay, so since you need to divide both sides, what are you going to do? You divide both sides by this value. You are going to have, that is C equals to 0.56 minus 0.0088 all divided by this value here, that is 1438.89. So the concentration of the vanadium in that vegetable sample, okay, vegetable sample now is going to be, according to the value that I have here, we are going to have 0.000 followed by 383 followed by mole per liter. Take note of that, mole per liter. That is what the question asks you to calculate, concentration of vanadium. So this is the concentration of the vanadium. Please let me know whether you understand this or not. Thank you.